Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Hi guys, I'm Deb.
I'm Mike. Today we're doing Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, and Rock and Roll Suicide. That sounds like a lot.
It is.
The songs are short, nothing to be afraid of. Theoretically, these songs flow together.
Right, because he does tell stories like that, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
Having not listened to much of David Bowie, other than I'm Afraid of Americans, I loved that song. That was actually my first real introduction. Have you heard that song? I'm afraid of Americans.
Oh, no, I don't know that song.
Oh my gosh. That is a great song. Like
90s, 2000s David Bowie, not as familiar with that.
It was my introduction to him. To think like, this is David Bowie? What am I been missing?
Well, there is no This is David Bowie because he changed faces at least 4 or 5 times, which is why I like him so much. He has different phases. And it was phases. It wasn't just like, I'm going to do this kind of album, that kind of album. He went through phases.
He's a proper artist.
He's always breaking new ground. But this was when he first started breaking ground, because this was a different album back then. Ziggy Stardust then sort of is like a complete chronology of Ziggy. It kind of covers his rise and fall. It's like a little story in and of itself. And then Suffragette City talks about, I think, sexual stuff. Yay. Like he's probably trying to get laid. And Suffragette City was the B-side on the Starman single. So that was out before the album. Rock and Roll Suicide, well, that's the final song. I think that describes him dying on stage, maybe?
I wonder if by the end of any concert, a little part of you dies because it's over. As an artist, as a writer, that I feel like that too sometimes. I don't want to get to the end of a project because it feels like a symbolic death.
Now, Ziggy Stardust. I love the sound of the guitar there, that riff.
Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars. He played it left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man, then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang. Screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo.
He's using different
like
voices.
Some cat from Japan. He could lick 'em by smiling. He could leave 'em to hang. Became on so loaded, man. Well hung in snow white tan. That's great. So where were the spiders? While the fly tried to our bones, well, just the beer like to guide us. So we bitched about his fans and should we crush his sweet hands.
Oh. Both his critics, I imagine, acting as flies, hoping around the kill.
Ziggy played for time, jiving us that we were voodoo. The kids were just crass. He was the Nas with God-given ass. Okay. He took it all too far, but boy, could he play guitar. Making love with his ego.
That's a great line.
Ziggy is sucked up into his mind, like a leper messiah.
Wow, what a good
when
line.
The kids had killed the man, I had to break up the band.
The life of a rock star.
Oh yeah. Ziggy played guitar.
flow there.
Just put my spine out of place. Hey man, my school is insane.
Random cowgirl.
My work's down the drain. Hey man, but she's a total blam blam. She said she had to squeeze it, but and then she, don't lean on me, man, 'cause you can't afford the ticket. Back from Suffragette City. Don't lean on me, man, 'cause you ain't got time to check it. You know my Suffragette City was out of sight. There she comes, don't lean on me, man. I can't afford the ticket. Back from Suffragette
Maybe his old boyfriend?
Don't lean on me, man, 'cause you ain't got time to check it. You know the Suffragette City is out of sight. So it's alright. I'll hit me.
Assumption about that kind of female other than she break your balls.
Time takes a cigarette, puts it in your mouth. You pull on your finger, then another finger, then a cigarette. The water wall is calling. It lingers, then you forget. Oh, ho, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. You're too old to lose it, too young to choose it.
Good line.
And the clock waits so patiently on your song. You walk past the cafe, but you don't eat when you've lived too long. Oh no, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. Shit breaks the snarling,
and it's slowly building
as you stumble across the road. But the day breaks instead, so you hurry home. Don't let the sun blast your shadow. Don't let the milk float ride your mind. They're so natural, religiously unkind. Oh no, love, you're not alone. You're watching yourself, but you're too unfair. You've got your head all tangled up, but a bar can only make you care.
Interesting horns.
Oh no, love, you're not alone. No matter what or who you blame, no matter when or where you've seen, all the knives need to lacerate your brain. I've had my share, I'll help you with the pain. You're not alone. Just turn on with me, and you're not alone.
I love when it gets this dramatic.
Let's turn on and be not alone. Give me your hands, 'cause you're wonderful.
This is my favorite song from the
Give me your
album.
hands,
It's a great
'cause you're
closing.
wonderful. Oh, give me your
A very Beatles ending there, kind of.
What a great way to end an album.
Yeah, it was.
It makes me think like that anybody who sacrifices that much for themselves up on a stage is doing it so that their fans can have some kind of redemption or release. I started doing this for me, but then it came about you, and it's worth it.
Yeah, but then they kind of take control of you and they own you for a minute,
Right.
and then you got to get yourself
Right.
back.
It's nothing but tsunamis of attention that must yank you around.
These guys are, you know, rock stars back then, some of them at least, were pretty deep for their 20s.
Thank God.
I mean,
But they
maybe,
didn't have anything else. Like, they didn't have like a constant stream of social media telling them what to think or what to believe or what to watch. None of that. Like, you had books and movies and maybe plays.
plus, yeah, the best ones started out as artists, you know, loving their craft kind of a thing. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to put this song out on Spotify and
Yeah.
gets
Hope it goes
discovered.
viral.
You know, it wasn't like that.
That kind of thing. I bet there's a lot of pure artists out there, though, that start
there
for
still
that
are, yeah.
reason and then get swept up. I was unsure about this album in side one because I didn't know what to expect. And then it sounded almost like a sing-along, sort of like, oh, okay, we're just getting deep into story. Am I going to want to pay attention to one song in particular? Will I want to like take that with me and go about my day and listen to that outside of the whole concept? But listening to the whole thing, I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, I get what
Right.
he did and why he was doing it, at least partially, as much as you can listening it to it once.
Yeah, it's interesting how many of the songs stand alone as little hits,
Yeah.
but when you string them all together, it does kind of give you a flow. They fit together. I think the whole is better than the sum of its parts,
Yeah.
as they say.
But there's two on there that I really, really love, and they're both on this side, which would be Suffragette City and Rock and Roll Suicide.
Oh, interesting.
Both of those really hit. Well, as soon as you start talking about like human pain, the pain of the hero on his quest to become whatever, and then there's the inevitable failure. If he dies on stage at some point, that's the metaphorical phoenix rising, so to speak. To me, this is where I'm just like, yes, talk to me about your pain, and then tell me I'm not alone. Yes. Thank you. He would know.
Yeah.
According to his history, that dude would know. Ostracization and, playing against the curve.
As a wrap up to these songs, it's great. You would hear Ziggy Stardust and Suffragette City on the radio a lot, and I think they were often played together because they kind of flow one right into the other. Well, thank you, patrons. We couldn't do this channel without you. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Yep.
That's why we always thank you in every video. If you want to know what all that Patreon stuff's about, check it out. Links in the description. We have extra videos there. We do music reactions, and we're also doing TV and movie reactions.
We just watched, what was it? Poor Things?
Poor Things.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a weird movie.
I
It was
really
good, though.
enjoyed that.
Yeah. And if you would like to leave us a tip, you can do so with PayPal or the thanks button in some of our videos. Any donations of $5 or more will get recognized in our next video. And thank you for all your comments. They're very interesting, and we love them, and they make it more interesting for us.
And educational.
Yeah, it's fun.
You
And
lovely people who want to educate me. You seem to like, oh no.
Really,
Dad, you gotta know this.
Don't leave it up to me. Teach her something, will you?
Lots of things. I'm a sponge.
Tell her what she missed out on.
I'm not missing out on anything. I'm learning it now.
Okay.
I used to have that mindset
Past tense,
when
missed,
I have
but
friends.
now, you didn't miss it. Right.
Your friends fill in the gaps.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
And the likes and the sharing the video, that helps as well. So thank you for all that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, most of you haven't, and having subscribers on YouTube really helps the channel grow. So if you could find it in your heart to click the little surprise button. Surprise. That's really what it is.
It is.
Surprise! We got a new video.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you could do that for us, we'd really appreciate it. Well, thank you. In our next video, we'll be doing some live David Bowie from songs off this album. Until then, we'll see you. Enjoy yourselves.
Ziggy played
Bye-bye, guys.
guitar.